Good morning, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Amber's Apron. Check me out. Look at this. Now, this is a crazy looking apron, and let me tell you, my little granny made it, and I'm so excited. Actually, all but one of my aprons are from my little granny. She likes to sew, and she made aprons a while back, and we got to pick some out last night. And so it was me and my cousins and my aunt, and we went through all the aprons, and I found this crazy looking one. And I said, oh, I like this. And they were like, that looks like you, because, you know, I'm crazy. And so I got it, and today I just had to wear it. But y'all, I don't know if I've told you, my favorite color is yellow, and I just love this. So I'm excited. I'm really excited to do this video. I am nervous, so full disclosure, this is a recipe I've never made. What? And we're doing it on video, so I have to do a good job. Otherwise, it's going to be a complete disaster. It'll have to go on like the blooper reel or something, because I've never made a cheesecake on video. Cheesecake. Oh my gosh. So let me tell you, I found this recipe a while back, and it's caramel apple cheesecake. What? Oh my gosh. Like, I can't wait to eat this. And I've been waiting because there's an orchard not too far away from here that it's an apple picking orchard, and they have different types of apples throughout the year. They just picked Honeycrisp. Y'all, I'm so excited. I got my Honeycrisp here, and I cannot wait to make this. Honeycrisp are my favorite apples. Gosh, I could just bite into it now. I like to eat them raw. I like to eat them with peanut butter. I like to eat them with caramel. Who doesn't? That would be crazy. And I can't even imagine eating them in cheesecake. Can you? Like, I'm so excited. I almost missed that. Did you see that? That was skill. So, we're going to get started. I'm really excited. It is raining pretty bad here today. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see through my window. I don't know if you can see it raining or not. You might be able to hear it later. But it's raining, and I know there's like this old wives' tale that you can't make fudge when it's raining because the fudge won't set. It'll still be runny. And I don't think I've ever heard that for cheesecake. So we're just gonna hope it makes it, because I'm eating it anyway. I can't wait. So let's get started. So it calls for 2 cups of ginger snaps. I'm just using the Walmart brand because, I mean, I'm going to flavor it. So it doesn't matter how these taste really. If these are like the best in the world or like the worst brand, it doesn't matter. So I'm using ginger snaps, and these are super hard cookies. Like, these are not like graham crackers where you can just put them in a Ziploc bag and, you see that? They're crunchy. You can't just put it in a Ziploc bag and go over it with a dough roller like you can, you know, pork rinds, graham crackers, Oreo cookies, Ritz crackers, whatever. So I whipped out my handy dandy Ninja. This is not one of the fancy schmancy food processors. This is just basically what I make my little smoothies with in the morning. So I'm going to pulverize these. Look at that. This thing is so loud. I think there's still one in there. Let me see. Yeah. No, there's still a chunk in there. Doggone it. I've got to tell you, I've done this 3 times this morning. It's worked every time. There we go. I got the chunks out. So like I said, I've done this 3 times. I don't know why it wasn't working with me. Don't you like the power of, or the magic of like pre-recorded? Isn't that handy? Where I can just say, I'm going to take this now, and look, it's already there. I don't have to go get it. Because I've got to tell y'all, after a few of these videos where I've been turning around, I do not want y'all seeing my butt. Y'all, I turn around and my big old booty's back there, and I'm sure y'all are thinking, why is she making caramel apple cheesecake? Well, it's good. You know what? Girls gotta eat, and I have come to learn that people, I think it's even a Julia Child's quote, people who like to eat are the happiest people. And that is for sure true. I know I'm happy, especially when I am eating. Or, I mean, have you heard the term hangry? That's for people who haven't eaten and they're super angry. You don't hear that about people who have eaten. Like, there's no angry people who have eaten. Happy people eat. So that's why I've got a juicy booty, because homegirl likes to eat. So I do get a little paranoid when I turn around and y'all can see my butt, because good Lord, it's big and growing every day. So now all I'm going to add to my my crunched up ginger snaps, and y'all can see it's like the texture of sand. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of light brown sugar, which I already have the measure. I wasn't going to eyeball this. You know, I normally do, but it's raining. I haven't made cheesecake on video before, so I'm a little nervous. Plus, this is a new recipe for me. Now, I've made cheesecakes, don't get me wrong, but, you know, not in front of people. I'm going to get shy. So I've got 2 tablespoons of light brown sugar, and then it calls for a ½ tablespoon of cinnamon. But this is one of my favorite spices. I don't know if you can see it. This is called apple pie spice. It's from Epicure. It's a brand I don't really know that much about. I bought several things from them, and I'm actually friends with a girl who sells it. I love this stuff. This adds, I don't even know what's in it to make it different. It just says ingredients, spices. So you can tell it's got cinnamon, maybe a little nutmeg, maybe a little bit of clove, little bit. And then I don't know what else it's got in it, but I love this stuff. I use it especially for apples, but I like to use it in zucchini bread as well, because it's just so good, so good. I'm actually going to do a heaping, ½ tablespoon, because I like it so much. And I thought if I added the apple pie spice, it might actually, you know, it might oomph up the flavor of the ginger snaps, since it's, you know, apple pie spice, and this is an apple cheesecake. Why not? I like to, anytime I'm cooking, I like to flavor kind of in steps. You know, like if it has a crust, I want the crust to have plenty of flavor. Or, you know, like if it's lasagna, I like for the meat to be flavored. I like for the cheese to be flavored. And, you know, I just like to have a lot of depth in my dishes. I guess that's the word, depth. So I'm just whisking this together now in with my ginger snaps, which I've never eaten ginger snaps, even when I was pregnant. Like both, my oldest, I did not have morning sickness with him until I was like 6 months pregnant, and I had it the whole last part of my pregnancy. And by that time, like, you know, it was just like I was used to it, you know, like you've been pregnant for so long, you just, whatever, just get it over with. And then my second, I had morning sickness with him for months, but it was only at night. And so it was like, I was okay during the day, and then at night I was just miserable. But I didn't eat ginger snaps. I tried to munch around on some stuff, but, you know, sometimes it just doesn't help. You just stay sick. And then I ended up finding, I think they were lollipops that were supposed to help you not get sick. Those kind of helped a little bit, but, you know, eventually it kind of goes away. So I never ate these. I don't really know if these are good or not. Hopefully they are. Hey, if not, you know what would be good? You know those little iced oatmeal cookies that they like buy in bulk, and it's like 500 for $1. And I remember eating them at like Bible school growing up. It was always the little cheap ones, but they were so good. Those are super crunchy. I bet they would be real good in here. Just cut back on the sugar. But we're going to give this a whirl, see what it tastes like. Hopefully, it'll be delicious. That's what I have envisioned anyway, is that this is just delicious. I've got a few lumps in here from my brown sugar that I'm trying to stir out with my whisk. And then I'm just going to add, this is a whole stick, y'all. A whole stick of melted butter. And it's unsalted. Normally I use salted for everything. But this is unsalted butter. And all I did was melt it in my microwave. And I'm just raking it in. And then we're going to put it in a springform pan and press it out. And then we're going to bake it for like 10 minutes. And while we do that, I'm going to do, it's like everything's in steps, which I'm so excited about. Because it's not like it's just apples dumped in cheesecake. Like we're going to cook them. Season them with some brown sugar. They're going to pick up that caramel flavor. And y'all, when I cook, I tap. Like this is me normally what I do. Like if I'm raking something out, I tap it. And I noticed, I was editing a video not too long ago, and I noticed I sound like a barbarian. Like I sound like I just throw things around and I'm always whacking at something or being loud. And I'm not a barbarian, I promise. This is just me. And most of y'all know me, so it shouldn't be a surprise. So all I'm doing is I'm mixing in that butter so that that butter will kind of moisten these crumbs. That's basically all this is crumbs. We're just moistening these crumbs so we can press them in this springform pan. And y'all, I recommend you get a springform pan. I didn't have one for a long time. And when I started making, I used to make this banana pudding cheesecake. And I went through 2 of these pans. I used one for a while and I did not like it. So I ended up buying probably a little better quality one. And I really like it. I use it for, I use it mostly for cheesecakes, but I have made brownies in it. And it's good. Like, it's like a round little pan of brownies. It's just weird. But if y'all don't have a springform pan, you should get one, especially if you're going to be making stuff like this. But now, let me tell you, I have made cheesecakes in a cupcake pan, like little individual cheesecakes, and they're not bad at all. I don't know if you could with this recipe, but because we do have like sliced apples as a layer in this, I don't think that would do well in a cupcake pan. But I've made individual cheesecakes and given them to people, and I've used double stuffed, like the chocolate, you know, the chocolate Oreos that have like the chocolate like frosting on the inside. I've used those as the crust, and I've just put them in the cupcake pan. Like I've just set Oreos down in there and then poured my batter. And then, y'all, so I have actually made chocolate cheesecake. So it's just a cheesecake batter, normal. You just don't add the lemon in it. And then, because you know, most people add a little bit of lemon juice. And then you add melted chocolate chips or some form of melted chocolate. So if you're using, you know, the cocoa bars or whatever, you melt it and then you add it into the batter and kind of fold it in. And then, so you pour it in your you got your cupcake pan, you got all your Oreos out, and then you pour some and you bake it. And after it comes out, you let it cool for a minute. And then you take, if you don't have one of these, you got to get one. Lord, let me show you how dirty my drawer is, trying to look for it. It's one of these things. It's my grater. My grater got hung up. This is like a lemon lime zester. I don't know the real word for it, but it's got these little grates. You see that? And you hold it over them cheesecakes with a Hershey bar. And you grate that Hershey bar over it. And y'all, because they're still warm, it makes like this little melted crust of chocolate shreds. But it's not big, like they're very small. Oh, it's so good. So, so good. So you should try that. If you don't have a springform pan, try doing the cheesecake like individually. It's fun. Plus, you know, like we're a family of 4, so we can have several nights worth of desserts if we do that. Listen to me talking like I'm not on keto. We're on keto. We're doing low carb. I don't know why I'm talking about that. Good gracious. So all I'm doing is I'm mashing my little crumbs out because I want to make a crust. Now, I don't like crust. I don't like pies. I don't like pie crust. I don't like any of this. But I do like the insides. Like I'll eat pecan pie. I'll eat all the gooey part. Key lime pie. It's one of my favorites. And I'll eat the you know, like the goo. I just want to eat the crust. I kind of scrape the crust away. So I don't like that. So I'm not going to mash it up the sides of my cheesecake. I don't want that. I'm just going to mash it on the bottom. There I go pecking again. My hands are clean, y'all. Yes, always wash your hands. Golly gracious. I don't know why people have to be told to wash their hands, but have you noticed that's a thing lately? It's like people have to be told to wash their hands. What happened? Like, why did the system fail you? Holy cow. Wash your hands. So I'm just pressing this out. I really want everything to be packed in there, like pack it well so it's not crummy, because we are going to bake it for 10 minutes. Then it's going to bake with the rest of the cheesecake, but I want it to be, you know, really sturdy. That way whenever I take, so a springform pan, surely you know, it's got this little lever here. It's like a hinge. When I pop it open, the this round part kind of opens, and there's a bottom that's separate from this. That's why it's called a springform pan. And when we take this out, which y'all won't get to see it till tomorrow, or maybe tonight. I might do it tonight. Whenever I take it out after the cheesecake's cooled all the way, I'll take this off and it'll just be cheesecake. Like on all the whole sides will just be cheesecake. And then we can slice it, and I want this crust to be sturdy enough to hold it all, because I'm really hoping this is a thick cheesecake. Thick! But like I said, I've never made it. This could be a total flop and never even make YouTube. We'll see. Okay, so I have this pretty well. I mean, it's not mushing anymore. See it? It looks like brownies. And what I'm doing, I'm keeping it on this. This is a stainless steel pan. And the reason for that, I don't want this to get too done on the bottom. Also, I have a gas oven. Sometimes it cooks a little hot. So I'm cooking this at 350. I may end up, like, especially as the cheesecake starts to cook, if it looks like it's cooking a little too quickly, I may cut it down to 325. And I just don't know, because I haven't done this recipe yet. So you live, you learn, but I'm trying to not really deflect the heat, but I want to offer a little bit of insulation to my springform pan without having to wrap it up in aluminum foil and take all that time. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to wash my hands because I'm a little sticky, and I'm going to put my crust in the oven at 350 for 10 minutes, and I'm going to let it bake. And then when we come back, I'll start cooking the apples and seasoning them. Oh, it's going to be so good. And then we'll make the cheesecake. So y'all stick around. All right, y'all, we're back and we're readier than ever. I'm so excited. So what I've got going on, I don't know if you can see this or not, I have melted a stick of butter and it's getting foamy. Now this skillet I have, it's like the most ginormous skillet of all time. And I actually cook it a little hotter just because it's so big. I want all of it to get hot. So that's probably why it's a little foamy, but you want your butter to be foamy. You don't want it to be like boiling, but you want it foamy. So now I'm going to add in my Honeycrisp. Y'all, I've been dicing these up, and look, I cubed them up like I would for potato salad. I'm so excited. This is my absolute favorite apple. Oh, yes! Did you hear that? I feel like Buddy the Elf. Did you hear that? Oh my goodness. So I've got some brown sugar, and I added a little more apple pie spice in here because I want to, you know, add that flavor to another step that I'm cooking. And y'all, I'm just going to fry these apples in it. Oh my gracious. And when this butter combines with this brown sugar, that's where y'all are going to see that caramel apple flavor. Oh my gosh, this is going to be like I'm throwing butter everywhere. I'm so excited. So we're not like cooking down the apples like we would for, you know, like, have you ever heard of fried apples or anything like that? We're not cooking them down like we would for applesauce or apple butter. We're basically partly cooking them, because keep in mind they're going in the oven, so they will cook inside the cheesecake. So we don't want them mushy and turn it into nothing. We want to have a bite of apple in there, but we also don't want them to be raw. So I'm just gonna cook these, let them kind of simmer in this brown sugar butter sauce. Oh, y'all, look at this. It's like heaven. What I want to do is I want the moisture to kind of cook out of these apples, and I want to see sticky in the skillet, if that makes sense. That butter's going to combine with the brown sugar. It's going to make like a little stickiness, almost like a sticky sauce. If it's super wet, it'll kind of drain off the apples when I put them back in the cheesecake. But if it's sticky, it's going to kind of coat it. So not like toffee, but like a caramel apple. Gosh, it's going to be so good. Y'all, I just heard the garage door. That means my little boy's home. So he may come running in the house telling me he got a toy, because he got to go get a toy. He was good at school this week. So he got to go to the Dollar Tree. He likes the Dollar Tree. And Lowe's. They had to go to Lowe's. He likes to go to Lowe's with his daddy. So I don't know if y'all can see that. See the sticky? See? Oh, do y'all see that? Here, let me bring you to me. Check this out. Holy cow, I'm bringing everything with me. Do y'all see the sticky? Do y'all see that? Look. Oh, caramel apple cheesecake. Hallelujah. I'm so excited. Get that put down right there. Okay. So this is all I'm going to do, literally. Like, I'm cutting the temp off. I don't want these to stick. Oh my goodness. Y'all. If you could smell this. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. Good gracious. I would probably be happy just eating this. Look at this. It's seriously like caramel. Look. Do you see that? Do you flippin' see that? Look at this. It's going to be so. Oh! Yes, I'm so excited. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get set up to do the cheesecake batter. I'm just going to, actually, I'm not going to leave that on that eye because I'm going to get me a pot holder. You know why? This is a gas stove, and it stays hot for like hours. I'm going to put that over here. Let those kind of cool down. So in a jiff, I'll be back, and I'll have everything set up, and we can start on our cheesecake batter. Oh, y'all, I just wish you knew how excited I was. So stick around, and we're going to eat this. Oh my gosh. All right, y'all. We're finally to the exciting part, and that's the batter. I'm so excited. So what I've got going on in here, I have 3 blocks of cream cheese that I've been creaming. They were at room temperature. I left them out overnight to soften. So I just got them good and smoothed out. And I don't know if y'all do this. When I use cream cheese, I always save my wrapper and I put my little scraper on it. So I'm just kind of scraping down the sides. So I don't have any like parts of my cream cheese that hasn't been waylaid. Is that a word, waylaid? So now all I'm going to add to it is my sugar, and I need 3/4 of a cup. Let's sit that there. Of brown sugar, which is this is the light brown sugar. Y'all, I can't imagine what this is going to taste like. I'm just so excited. This is going to be beautiful. And after seeing the way that the apples cooked up, oh my goodness, I just can't wait. This is a 1/4 cup that I'm using, by the way, so it would fit in my bag. And I'm just packing it in. Number 2, number 3. And it's so funny, I've come to learn just recently, I think cheesecake's probably my favorite dessert. I always thought it was chocolate, but I've recently eaten a lot of cheesecake. Like, a lot. And I love it. I love it so much. But really, this is almost like a taste of fall for me. I mean, are you guys excited about fall? Fall is coming. It's coming! You know, it's like the Game of Thrones, winter is coming. Fall is just around the door, and it's taking everything I can to not decorate right now, because that's all I want to do. decorate for fall, put all my pumpkins out. I like to decorate for fall. Like it goes in stages. So my birthday is typically around Labor Day weekend. And it's almost like a switch is flipped when I have a birthday. I go from summer and like all my candles right now are like coconut, pineapple. It's like, you know, summer. And then in my birthday and bam, we are on pumpkin spice. I put all of my, like, it's a gradual, like, I have little poppies I put in the, you know, like vases and stuff. And I've got pumpkins that slowly come out. And then October 1st, it's skulls and it looks like rats and crows. I do everything like spooky Halloween. And then usually right after Halloween, I move into, I put my turkeys out. I start to get ready for Thanksgiving. And then usually it's the week of Thanksgiving, but sometimes I've done it before Christmas happens. It's like every room gets a Christmas tree and I just go crazy. So I'm excited. Fall is coming. I've got 3/4 cup of brown sugar and I've got 6 tablespoons of regular sugar. Honestly, you could probably do this like, I don't want to say keto, but you could probably use this Splenda. I'm just not. I'm a naughty girl. 4, 5, and 6. So I've got my sugar, and now I'm going to cream that together. I want my sugar creamed in with my cream cheese. And it's probably best if you use a stand mixer, just because of the amount that's in here. I've actually, I have a smaller bowl that came with my mixer. My mixer, y'all, is so old. Look, I've been losing pieces to it. And I've got it all decorated up. I listened to this podcast, and I became a member of their fan club, and they sent little stickers out, and I didn't know where to put them. So I thought, I'm just going to put them on my mixer. So I don't know if y'all can see them. This one says, "It's never a mannequin," which is in reference to a body. Like in the woods or on the side of the road, it's never a mannequin. So if you think you're out, like if you're out running or driving and you think there's a mannequin, it's never a mannequin. Life lesson. Life lesson while you cook. So I'm just creaming these up together. I'm still going to scrape down the side of my bowl because there's a little bit, look at that, y'all. Oh, it's beautiful. I can't wait. Oh. But you don't want like grains of sugar. So you're going to scrape down your bowl. See how I'm kind of pulling that? Oh, I got it on my hand. Yes, I get to lick it. You got to pull it off the side of the bowl. And sometimes I even kind of wipe down my mixer, like my beater, because it gets little like grains of sugar up here too. And I want all of that mixed in really well so that this is just creamy and decadent. Oh, I can't wait. I'm sorry. I had to do it. Oh my goodness. I'm excited about this. I cannot wait. Oh, I just can't wait. This is going to be like the highlight of my week. This is cheesecake. Okay, I'm going to scrape down my sides just to make sure I don't want any like, it's granulated sugar. Plus you got the brown sugar that's granulated, so I don't want any like grains of sugar anywhere. And actually, as I'm doing this, I can kind of see that it's a little darker brown in some spots, which means all my cream cheese isn't mixed up well. So I'm gonna do that again. Do it again. Now, one thing I want to caution you on is overbeating your batter. Overbeating your batter, overbeating your batter. That's a lot, it's a mouthful. Because I have had cheesecake, my favorite is when it's very, very fluffy. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's so good. But I have had times where it has, like I have bitten into it and it's tasted like cold, not really taste it. It's been the texture of a cold stick of butter. And that person overbeat it. Typically it's done when you add the eggs. So I'll be adding my eggs after I do, you know, pretty shortly. I'm gonna say shortly. I want my sugar mixed in really well. But if you overbeat it, it takes on that texture. It's very dense. It's not even like the New York style dense. It's like a stick of butter, and it's not good. So what I'm gonna add in now, I've got just a measuring cup. I actually used it for my brown sugar earlier. So I'm reusing to save me from having to wash dishes. I have 2 teaspoons of vanilla in here, and I've got 3 tablespoons of apple juice. And it's not just like any normal kind of apple juice. I bought the concentrate from like the freezer section, and I thawed it out in the refrigerator overnight. And then I just took 3 tablespoons out of it, and I'm adding it in here. And then I'll just, you know, make it, I'll make a little pitcher for the feral one, and he can have some apple juice. But it definitely smells like apples. You want that flavor. So that's why I wanted the concentrate. You could probably use apple cider, especially since fall is coming. If you have any apple cider, oh my gracious, that would be good. I don't have apple cider though, so I use the apple juice concentrate, and it's really, I'm gonna save this, I'm gonna set this aside because I'm gonna use it in a second. But I wanna make sure that's all mixed up well. I don't wanna overbeat. Can y'all see how silky this looks? Can y'all see that? Look at that. It's beautiful. Gosh, y'all, it's looking like cake batter. Oh, look at that. Oh, gosh, it's gonna be so good. I'm so excited. I know, I talk about food like it's, you know, what do most people get excited about? What do normal people get excited about? That's me with food. Why is this not cooperating? What in the world? There we go. Oh, look, y'all. I accidentally put some on my beater or on my mixer. I'll just have to. Hey, I'm glad I did that. Oh my goodness. Y'all, that's good. That's real good. I can taste that apple. There's just a little hint. That's good. I'm glad I did that. I'm a thinker sometimes when it comes to food. Okay, so I'm actually gonna cut that off because I don't want to overbeat it. It looks very silky and very, very pretty. Now we're gonna use 3 eggs, and always crack. I couldn't think of the word. I was like, always pop your eggs. Pop is not the word. Crack. Always crack your eggs separately. Don't just crack it in the batter, because if something crazy happens and you get a shell, you'll never see it in that. Plus, they're hard to get out. And then I'm going to add one at a time. So I keep my little butter knife out so I can scrape down my scraper. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add these one at a time. And once the yolk busts, I'm going to call it. Add the other one. Then I'm going to add the other one. I have a fear of overbeating it just because I would never wish that on anybody. I was so excited to eat that cheesecake that day, and then I just took a bite, and it was literally like I had put a stick of butter in my mouth. It was so gross. So gross. Ugh. So now I'm going to do a 1/4 cup of sour cream. This is just the Great Value brand. I didn't buy anything expensive because it's part of it. I am going to use my same, whatever this is called, measuring cup that I use for my brown sugar. But I am going to wipe it off because obviously I took a look at it and there were granules. Don't look at my butt. Hey, that mixer. This is an Austin Powers moment. Look, you can't see my tushy. I could stay like that forever. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm kind of winging it. That's a 1/4 cup. So there's 1. And the reason I use that is because it's already dirty. And I don't have to get another measuring cup and reuse it. And then that's less dishes. Savvy. Savvy, smart. I don't want to do a bunch of dishes. So 3/4 cup of sour cream, and then I'm adding a 1/3 cup of heavy whipping cream. And let's see where. Oh, I just poured it out a little bit. I'm eyeballing this as well. It's going to be between 1/4 and 1/2. So I'm going to add that in there. And that's it. Y'all, it's getting like the witching hour. We're about to add this. So excited. Okay, so I'm just going to mix this up. Can y'all see it good? And I just want it mixed in. No overbeating. Don't overbeat your batter. Overbeat your batter. Oh, look at this. So I am going to take my little butter knife and scrape up all of the extra that I've kind of been laying around. I'm going to scrape down my bat. What's this thing called? It's got a name. Not spatula. Paddle. Scraping down my paddle attachment is what they call it. I call it my mixer, but then I call everything the mixer apparently. Y'all, I cannot wait to taste this. Hear me tapping? Tap, tap, tap. I don't know if you can hear my little boy. He just said, "What in the world? What in the world?" Okay. You know what, in my defense, I'm doing everything backwards. I usually have the mixer facing towards me. It's easier. So I'm just taking it, scraping it down, making sure there's nothing crazy that didn't get mixed up. Making sure all the cream cheese is mixed in well, y'all. Because that's one thing, you don't want like a lump of cream cheese when you take a bite of this. Wouldn't that be weird? Like eating a bagel all of a sudden. Oh, I can't wait. Y'all, I'm so excited. Okay, so I'm going to move this over. Oh, no, I'm not. What am I doing? Amber. Oh. Y'all, I have done a lot in my life that I've regretted. This is not one of them. I don't even care if I gain 2 pounds. This is delicious. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is so good. Okay, now we get to put it together. Before I do anything, I should have done this like before I got all this out. Doggone it, stay with me. I'm grabbing the aluminum foil, or as we say in these parts, the tin foil. I saw this little handy dandy trick the other day. I normally don't do a water bath when I do cheesecake. And, you know, sometimes it cracks, sometimes it doesn't. It's really never been a big deal. But I want this to be pretty because I'm going to be drizzling caramel on top. And I don't know if this works or not, really. Just guessing. But it's like you make a little circle. I don't know how this is going to work. I'm a little leery about this, guys. I don't think this is going to work. You're supposed to put it... Maybe if I made 2 of them. Or... Smarter, not harder. What if I did... like made 2 little ones? And make like a little pedestal for it. You think that'll work? I'll try anything once. I'll give it a whirl. Why not? Because I don't want it to crack. I want it to be beautiful, especially since I'm doing a video. Because then I would look really bad if it like fell in or looked stupid and people were like, you're supposed to do a water bath. Got it. 10-4, over and out. Let's see if this works. It just might. We're going to try it. So the idea is these aluminum foils hold it up, and then you put ice around it and it makes its own little water bath. So we're going to try it. We're going to give it a whirl. So now I'm going to pour my batter in, not all of it though. And, oh my gosh, y'all, this is beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. I'm so excited. I'm whispering like it's a child, like it's a newborn baby. Look how precious. Look at this. It's so silky. I'm so excited right now. Okay. So, one thing I am going to do is kind of shake it around. And now I'm going to get my apples. Oh, my goodness, y'all. And they're cooled off for sure. See, I told y'all this was a big skillet. Look how big that thing is. So, you see how sticky that is? Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna, oh my goodness, y'all. It's like strands of caramel throughout oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to bring the phone over here so you can see this. Oh my goodness. So all I'm doing is just kind of spreading out my apples. This is gonna be, I can't wait. I can't flippin' wait. So excited. So see what I mean when I was talking about cooking out the moisture in the apples? I don't have any like juice that these are sitting in. They are sitting in sticky. Oh my goodness, y'all, I'm so excited. And it's where that brown sugar and that butter cooked down together, kind of reduced and made that, I mean, it's literally like a caramel. It's like these apples were cooked in caramel. Oh, this is gonna be delicious. Oh, I can't even with myself right now. I'm so excited. And one thing I am doing, you can't see it. I really wish I had a cameraman. I wish you could see how I'm doing it. I'm trying not to put it near the edge. One, I don't want these sticky apples to stick to my springform pan. And I also don't want for the batter not to come up the sides. So like I don't want it to have like a little obstruction there so that the batter doesn't cook up against the side. So I want, you know, when I take this springform pan off, I want all of the cheesecake to be visible all the way around. I don't want like an apple poking at you. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I wish you could smell it. I wish you could see like what I see. It's amazing. I'm so excited. I just can't tell you enough how excited I am. This is gonna be, why have I not made this already? You know what? Let's take a moment. Let's be a little real. If you have something that you've been wanting to do and you've been waiting, like, I really want to make that cheesecake, but I just don't know. I've never made this before. I don't know how it'll turn out. We're doing a diet. Who would eat it? Don't wait anymore. Do it. Just do it. Be the Nike and just do it. Because y'all, I'm like kicking myself. Why have I not made this before? Look at this. And this was I mean, this wasn't like the easiest thing I've ever made, but it wasn't hard. It was just, it required a little patience. That's it. I mean, that's it. This isn't even like a crazy recipe where I had to go out and buy like herbs de Provence. I didn't have to buy anything weird except for the apple juice, and I have a kid. It's not weird, you know. It's not going to go to waste. Y'all, I'm coming over there. You got to see this. What does that look like? Holy cow. Holy y'all. I'm so like beside myself right now. I'm so excited. This is going to be delicious. So now all I have to do is take the rest of my batter and pour it over the apples. Oh, this is going to be beautiful. Holy cow. Golly gracious. Why have I not made this before now? Why haven't I done it? Why have I been saving this back for a rainy day? Literally. Why have I oh my goodness. I could kick my own booty right now because this is, golly gracious. So that's your lesson for today. Don't wait anymore. Do it. My goodness, y'all, I cannot believe that happened. My phone just cut off. I can't believe that. So what I did was, I had my little rings of aluminum foil with my cheesecake on top. I ran to my freezer and got my ice maker, brought the bucket out, and I put scoops of ice all around my cheesecake. And then I put it in the oven. Now here's what happened. I had it in the oven at 350 for almost an hour. And as I kept watching it, it just kept getting darker and darker on top. So I went ahead and cut it down to 300 because I was just afraid 325 would still be too hot. So I cut it down to 300 and let it cook for another 45 minutes. So an hour and 45 minutes is how long it was in the oven. Then I cut my oven off and I didn't open the door. I just left it. So it's been about an hour and everything on the outside of the oven has cooled down. Like if I touch it, it doesn't feel warm anymore. So I feel like it's okay to take my cheesecake out. So that's what I'm going to do. Looky here, looky here. Oh, y'all. Look at this. It didn't crack. It's beautiful. Oh my goodness. I really want to like hold it up. Look at that. No cracks. No cracks at all. It's beautiful. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to let it sit here. Actually, let me feel how warm this bottom is. I may let it sit here for a few minutes and then I'm going to go put it in the fridge. My hands are sticky. That butter in there started to melt out apparently. But look at this. It's no cracks. It's beautiful. And it's got that golden brown. Y'all, I cannot wait to cut into this. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let it sit here for just a few minutes and then I'm going to put it in the fridge. Yeah, I was thinking about the freezer just so I could eat it quicker. But definitely the fridge. And then after it sits up and gets good and cold, y'all, we're going to cut a slice and we're going to see what those apples look like. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine right now what that layer of apples is going to look like? Oh, I cannot wait. Oh, this is so exciting. So stick around. In like 5 minutes, by the magic power of the camera, we'll get to see what this looks like. Hey, y'all. I think it's time. I'm pretty sure it's time. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. It's been in the fridge, not for 6 hours, but for 3. So here's hoping. What I'm doing, I'm just taking a butter knife and running it around the edge of the springform pan because I don't want any of this to stick whenever I pop it open. I'm really excited and slightly nervous. Here goes. Ah, okay, let's see. Oh. suspense on this. I'm trying to be so gentle. Because I don't want it to stick. What if? It's like it's stuck in there. Doggone it. It worked! Look! I don't know if you can hear it or not, but my little boy and my husband are at the dinner table waiting on this. Oh my goodness. So I have the aluminum foil down only because the springform pan kind of like oozed out at the bottom, and I didn't want to put it in the fridge and get it messy. So I put some aluminum foil down there to kind of protect it. But y'all, I'm so excited. I can't wait. Let me get my cutter. I should have had this prepared, but honestly, I was just so excited to cut into it. I am, doggone it. Here it is. I found it. If y'all can't tell, I have this big old whopping drawer full of my stuff, like, you know, knicky-knack stuff. Okay, here we go. Oh, I hope it's cold enough to do this too. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm going so slow because I don't want it to like fall apart. Oh. I got the side kind of falling out, but
I don't know.
I think it'll be okay. Got a few little bites. All right. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. They're watching me. Really, the 4-year-old could care less. My husband is the one who's excited. Oh, it's good and cold on the inside. Y'all. Okay. Let's check. See if that crust is sturdy enough to hold all this. It is! Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. So, that made a mess. I messed up your cheesecake, honey. Sorry. I know, I'm so excited. Okay. So, this is for my husband. It's caramel apple, remember? So I've got, oh, y'all look. The Ghirardelli caramel. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So this is his, babe. You come grab yours.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Okay, time to get mine. And most people probably aren't as messy cutting this. Oh my goodness. Look at the layers. I'm so excited. Let me see if I can scrape it off with my knife and make less of a mess. Yes? Yes, I can, Amber.
Oh my goodness.
You like it?
Oh yeah. That's good.
Mommy.
What? Are you eating some?
Yeah.
No way.
No way.
Mommy, eat them.
I'm going to eat a bite.
Mommy.
Okay.
This is apple.
Scooching this over. Oh, you know what? Let me turn this. So, look at that. So pretty. I made a mess. I mean, there's a total mess over here. And truth be told, it probably should have been in the fridge a little longer. Okay. Look at this. Oh, caramel.
It's a rainbow, Mommy.
It is, baby.
On the outside. It's sunny. Okay.
It is sunny outside.
Outside.
Oh my goodness.
Mama, it's just like
Mm. Mm.
Daddy, you eat what you do.
This is so good.
Yes, it is.
This is really,
He was
oh my
gonna
goodness.
do it with me.
This is so fabulous. The apples still have this little,
Why?
like a bite to them. Mmm.
Hey, where's my one, mommy?
Mm.
Hey, where's my one, mommy?
This,
Hey, where's my one, mommy?
I don't know, baby. This was so good. I cannot wait. I'm going to take some to my family. And I actually have a friend at work I'm going to take this to, just a slice. So I'm going to like farm it out to people, you know, so that we're not eating all this. Even though it sounds like my husband wants a second slice. It's so good. Yeah, it took me a long time to make it and let it sit in the fridge and cool down. And really it should have stayed in there a little longer and it would have been a little firmer so it wouldn't have kind of fell apart whenever I put it on the plate. But, oh my goodness, you can't even see it. There we go. Get it closer to you. Well, closer to me so you can see it. But this is absolutely delicious. And like I said, fall is coming. And it definitely, gosh, I mean, it's like caramel apple. It's so good. Mmm. There's just that layer of apples in there. Oh my goodness. This is delicious. So if you have a day to dedicate to this and you like apples,
I'm gonna do it.
make it. Just like I did. Honeycrisp apples. If you can find apple pie spice, use apple pie spice. This is delicious. So good. So, let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. And then make it, taste it, and tell me what you think. Because that's what I want to know. This is jam up delicious. I hope you have a very happy day.